AP Chemistry Unit 5.2, Introduction to Rate Law. The rate law links the rate of a reaction to the concentration of each reactant, raised to a certain power. That power is also known as the order of that reaction. So we have this equation here. The rate is equal to K multiplied by the concentration of reactant A raised to M multiplied by concentration of reactant B raised to N. And then each of those pieces are defined as such. The rate is going to be the rate law and can only be determined based off of experimental data. Our K value is going to be our rate constant, and it is different for each reaction and under different conditions. And then we have the concentration of A and B are going to be our concentration of our reactants. Again, that's what those brackets mean. And our M is the order of the reaction for reactant A, and N is our order for our reactant B. The overall reaction order is going to be the sum of the orders of the reactants. So if my first reactant order was a first order reaction, this is a second order reaction, those added together would be a third order overall. We're going to make a little table here to go ahead and define out overall reaction order, the rate law as it applies, units for K, and how the concentration of the reactant affects rate. So for zero order reactions, our rate law is effectively just K, since the concentration of A is raised to the 0 power. The units for K are molarity per second. And if we doubled the concentration of the reactant, the rate stays exactly the same. So if I doubled the concentration, again, I'm raising it to 0. And so effectively, I am always going to be multiplying by 1. So my concentration has no effect on the speed of which the reaction occurs. First order reactions are going to have the rate law of either K multiplied by the concentration of A or K multiplied by the concentration of B, and they have the units of per second for our K. And if we double the concentration of a reactant, the rate also doubles. So if I double my concentration, since I'm raised to the first power, I am also doubling what I'm multiplying K by. If I'm a second order reaction, my rate law can be K multiplied by the concentration of A squared, or my rate can be equal to K times the concentration of A multiplied by concentration of B, since the overall reaction order is going to be the sum of the individual orders of reactants. My units for K are going to be per molar per second. And if I double the concentration of the reactant, my rate will quadruple. So 2 squared will give me a multiplying effect of 4. Third order reactions, my rate can be described as K is multiplied by the concentration of A squared multiplied by B, or my K times my concentration of A multiplied by my concentration of B squared. Again, my order, my coefficient, my superscripts for each of these reactants added together is going to give me my overall rate of reaction. And so if I'm third order, it can be 2 plus 1 or 1 plus 2, et cetera, et cetera. My units for K are going to be per molar squared and per second. And if I doubled the concentration of the reactant, then my rate is going to octuple. So if I double the concentration, I'm raising it to the power of 3. So that would give me, again, octupled rate. In order to determine the order of the reaction, you have to do it, quote unquote, with respect to the other reactants. This means you have to see how the first reactant changes while the other reactants are held constant. So if you want to see what the what happens if you double one of the reactants, you must hold all other reactants steady, and then notice how the rate changes. And then you will do this with each of the reactants. And as a simple trick here, your units for K are going to be your molarity to the 1 minus the overall order per second.